I've helped business owners generate over 7 figures in sales on YouTube, and after working with dozens of them one-on-one, I've noticed the same 4 things that separate brands that convert from ones that never get off the ground. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to build a cult-like personal brand with just those 4 simple principles. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to build a channel that doesn't just get views, but gets people to binge, trust, and buy. So first things first, do you ever wonder why people watch your content, but it feels like none of them trust you enough to actually buy anything from you? Well, you could literally be doing everything else right, like high-value videos, good editing, good ideas, but you're still invisible if you miss this one thing. Consistent positioning. Now, when you have consistent positioning, it automatically makes you more trustworthy than the guy who's dropshipping one day, then coaching 7-figure CEOs the next day. And even if this guy is genuinely an expert in both fields, uploading both to one channel especially is just going to confuse his viewer for one, and when the viewer is confused on who he's actually trying to talk to, it's just going to destroy all the trust there, and it's also going to mess up the YouTube algorithm because it works on a viewer profile basis. So to fix this, you should just make your brand stand for one clear thing every time somebody sees you. Every video should reinforce the same identity and goal of your YouTube channel. What I personally like to do is I like to write this down on my YouTube bio, that way it's just out there and it's obvious. And in a way it also holds me accountable because I'm forced to follow that positioning because it's right in front of everybody's face. So for you to do this too, one simple way to do it is just follow this format. I help who, get result by how. And when you stay true to the statement, people are going to automatically view you as the expert and you're going to be their go-to guy. Like, think about all the big players in the space. Iman Gadzhi teaches beginners how to start making money online with SMMA. Hormozi gives beginners business advice and helps them scale. TJR shows people what's possible with trading and also teaches them how to trade. And Jordan Welch teaches beginners how to start dropshipping. But even positioning alone won't separate you. Next, you need to make people feel like you understand them. And this is one of the biggest reasons why most business owners have videos that don't actually convert. Because they're trying to appeal to everyone. They're trying to get as many views as humanly possible. But that's a trap. Because when you do this, the people who actually have the chance of paying you money aren't going to feel heard or understood. And I briefly talked about this earlier in positioning when I said you need to know who you're talking to, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. Your content needs to make your ICP think to themselves, this person understands me and my problems better than I can even explain them. And when they start thinking like this, you automatically become an authority, you make more money, and you filter out leads that you don't actually want. Think of it like this. If you're making YouTube videos without targeting a specific person, you're pretty much just playing darts with a blindfold on. Like, you're definitely going to hit something when you throw that dart, but it's probably not what you actually wanted to hit. And if that dart doesn't land where it's supposed to, you're not going to be scoring any points. So to actually do this and make your viewer feel like you understand them, you need to reverse engineer their pain points and desires and use that in your content. Like, put up imagery of their pains and desires in the thumbnail, make your video topics surround their pain points and desires, and within the video you should be constantly referencing their pains and desires. Now, this will automatically make you be seen more as an authority, like I said before. But if you really want that cult audience, this next step is what's going to make that happen. And I don't know if it's just me, but have you guys ever watched a video and you're just thinking to yourself like, damn, there's no way this guy actually talks like that? If your viewers are thinking that when they're watching your videos, you have a big problem, because it's hard for them to trust you, and especially trust you with their money if they feel like they don't actually know you. And that's why you need to be putting the personal into personal brand. And this is something I personally struggled with, and it's genuinely one of the biggest problems I see when clients come to me, because it's really easy to get caught up in just throwing in value into your video and then thinking that makes up for the lack of personal connection that you make. But it's kind of like going to a restaurant where the food looks amazing, but the waiter doesn't smile, and maybe they're like a little bit cold. There's no music, the vibe there is just off. Technically, you're going there and you're getting what you paid for, but it's missing that human connection that makes you want to stay, come back, and maybe even tell your friends about it. And that's exactly what happens to your content if you're not making content with you in it. So what's the best way to actually make your personal brand feel personal? I'd say one of the biggest levers to pull here is just practicing your on-camera presence. Obviously, this isn't going to be perfect at first, but it's going to be something that just takes practice over time. But your friends should be able to watch your videos and feel like they're having a conversation with you. Like, you shouldn't be putting on any type of persona or using words you won't normally use, because people are going to understand this. Even if they don't actually know you, they're going to pick up that's not natural. That's not how this guy actually talks. But when you're 100% you on camera, and it's going to sound weird when I say this, but it establishes a parasocial relationship between you and the viewer. It's going to be kind of like a one-sided friendship. And if the viewer feels like you're their friend, obviously there's going to be a lot of trust between you two. Now, the next thing you can leverage to make your personal brand feel actually personal is using your competitive edge every moment you can. So pretty much find what makes you different than all your competitors and just spam that throughout your content. So if you make $100,000 trading, put that in your titles, talk about that in your scripts, put it in your thumbnails, like every moment that you can. It's going to be almost annoying to you, but I promise you nobody's going to notice how much you're doing it. Now, up until this point, you have a pretty good understanding of what actually makes a cult-like personal brand, but this next step is something that nobody really talks about, because everybody wants to talk about editing tricks, viral hooks, better storytelling, but what nobody wants to talk about is how powerful it is when your brand feels the same way every time somebody sees you. Like, have you ever noticed that all the big players in this space have videos that pretty much all feel the same? Now take a look at the studio and tell me whose it is. I didn't even say the name, but I know 99% of you probably said like, that's Iman's studio, and it's crazy because he's not even in the picture. Or another example is you can see how Alex Hormozi's thumbnails all feel the same in his most recent uploads. This isn't like a trick that's exclusive to YouTube or anything, this is just basic branding principles. But these people know when they apply it to YouTube, it makes their channel feel more premium, helps them feel more familiar at a glance, which is really powerful, and makes them feel more authoritative. So if I were you, I would start making your channel feel visually consistent. Like use the same fonts, use consistent colors, stick to the same editing style, like just overall just make your videos feel really familiar, because when people are scrolling on YouTube and they see your thumbnail out of the corner of their eye, like they're gonna know it's you and they're gonna want to click your video if they like you enough. But if you're switching styles every other video, you're gonna lose that recognizability that the viewer is gonna get when you just stick to the same style over and over and over again. And I'm not saying just repeat the same thumbnail templates and repeat the same video editing templates over and over and over again, but just use the same fonts, use the same colors, like everything should feel the same like I said. And now you know the 4 simple steps to build a cult-like personal brand on YouTube. And if you're a business owner and want me to handle your YouTube channel completely for you, just like I did for my client Lander who did 25K in a week from YouTube, or my client Sven who started booking calls and closing deals with just 1 month of posting consistently. And I also used the same strategy for this agency's client who did $60,000 in sales with just 300 subscribers at the time. So if this sounds good to you, you can click the link in the description to book a call. Thank you for watching.